beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true.
In this video, I'll be using pine tar, rubber bands, shine and gem, optional. Edge wax, that's also optional. You can use whatever is good on your child's hair. A hair bow. I'll be using knockers. You can use beads as well, but I like to use knockers, so that's totally up to you. Hey everyone, today I will be showing you guys how I do a quick 10-minute hairstyle on my baby girl. It's for all ages, so if you're interested, stay tuned. Here I have her hair washed and sectioned off, and I put it in plaits so it doesn't tangle. It just makes it easier for when I'm ready to comb it. Now I have taken her plait out and I combed it out. Make sure it's detangled. It's very easy for me to do, especially because she's tender-headed, so I make sure it's combed out completely before I style. Then I grease her scalp. I use pine tar. You can use any grease of your choice, but this is the one I chose. So after her hair is greased, I begin with the first small section at the back. So now I am using Shine and Jam. I use it because it's like an easy glide for me. I apply it to the back of her hair first, and then as I section her hair, I put it on the part. It just makes it easier to comb. So now I am parting from ear to ear in a small section. You can make it smaller, you can make it bigger. This is just the size that I like to do. And my parting won't be as perfect. I basically try to move as fast as I can with her because she's real impatient. So I take what I can get. And I apply Shine and Jam to her part and comb it through. So when I make her ponytails, it'll make them really neat. So now I am dividing the section into two. Each part will be a ponytail.
Okay, smart guy. Now what?
So now I am beginning to make her first ponytail. I'm using Shine and Jam again. And the Shine and Jam can be found at any local beauty supply for $2.99 or like $3.99 the most. Here I am applying the edge wax. This is totally optional, but I like to use both on her hair because her hair is really curly and it just keeps it more straighter. And here I am just brushing down her nape. If you pull that in that ponytail, most likely because she's a baby, she might get bumps on the back of her neck. So to prevent that, I always brush it out of her ponytail so it doesn't pull it tight.
I'm reflecting. What is it that I want? What is my quest? What is my dream?
Then I make her a ponytail. I check and make sure it's not so tight. I'm combing it through. Remember, she's natural, so I apply Shine and Jam on the ends of her hair. I want to keep it as straight as possible because the shrinkage is real and I want her length to show. So that's why I do that. Okay, now you can either twist it or you can braid it. I'm going to braid it. This isn't a how-to braid video, so if you want a how-to detailed braid video, just leave it in my comments below. But I'm just going to braid it all the way down to the end. And I went with using a knocker. It holds her hair down, and it keeps her length straight. You can use a bored or you can use beads, but in this style, I'm going to use this knocker, and it's going to hold her hair down really good. And to secure her knocker, I put her hair through the knocker, and I basically wrap her hair around that one ball, and I put the rubber band on it like maybe 4 or 5 times so it's tight enough. And then the hanging other end of the knocker, I wrap it around that rubber band until it's tight enough, and then I bring one of the knockers over to the other side and close it just like that. So now I am at the front of her hair, and I'm going in with Shine and Jam again. So when I'm ready to part, it'll be easier for me to part. Now I'm beginning to do her second section, which will be a small section going across the front of her head. So I have her section now, and what's left or what's separate from that, I just put that in a ponytail so it doesn't get in my way. And I'm just going in with a little more Shine and Jam. My baby is natural and I love it. It doesn't build up on her hair and it keeps it nice and sleek. So I just love it. And I'm pushing out her edges so when I braid it, it doesn't break. Her hair is real fragile and it easily breaks. Now I'm going to put a braid across, going straight across over her head. I am not braiding it tight. I'm doing it probably as loose as possible. She is tender-headed. So yeah, you don't have to grip it as tight. Using the Shine and Jam and the edge wax, it just makes it really neat without even having to be pulled tight. So please do not braid that braid tight. But why is she drinking that drink like that? And I just braid it all the way down. And just like the step at the back, I'm going to apply another knocker. Doing it the same way. Put the hair through, put a rubber band over the hair and the knocker, and close it off to secure it. So now for the last part. I wanted to do 2 ponytails with 2 puff balls, but I can tell my baby is getting irritated, so we're just going to do 1. Going in with the Shine and Jam again. I comb it through. She doesn't like brushes, so I just use a comb. And I put it all the way around and just comb it through. She's clearly had enough. Yeah, I know my section is off a little bit. But like I said, she is very impatient, so I try to move as fast as I can and try to get it done in 1 take. And I began to put it in the ponytail. You don't have to put it so tight. You could leave it in a poof ball. I like it that way, but I want it to look a little neater and not so wild. So I'm going to put it in a knot. See? Just like that. Done. This is the finished look. Apply her gel. She's over it. Say cheese. You was crying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
You're
with us.
beautiful.
Don't forget to like, comment, and
It's true.
subscribe.